Hey everybody, this is Lawrence, your favorite photographer. Let me tell you, I believe that this is branding season. And don't get me wrong, you can start branding in any season, but it's something about the weather change. The sun is out, you're getting just the right amount of breeze. It gives us the motivation and the inspiration to start building on ourselves. And that's what branding is about. But let me tell you, while you are building your brand, keep in mind there are three things that you need for your brand. Number one, you need brand visibility. Number two, you need brand recognition. And number three, you need brand credibility. And let me tell you the easiest way to build all three of those areas. You probably guessed it. I am a photographer. That's right. Professional photography for your brand helps you in all three of those areas. Why are those three areas so important? Because it leads to trust, and it leads to more revenue and less. Yes, we definitely need that for our business. What is a business without cash flow? And when you have the right visual content in front of your audience, it not only attracts the right audience, but it actually qualifies the right audience before you have to even set up a consultation. So when you're ready to bring your brand to that next level and go ahead and conquer your visibility, recognition, and credibility, come on over to Chapter 8 Studio. We'll make sure you are taken care of, and we make sure you are coming prepared for your brand, because guess what? You deserve it, and most importantly, your clients are waiting for it. So I have to go. My client is waiting for me to get these pictures done. So see y'all.
Hello, hello. Welcome to the Female Podcast. It's been a couple weeks. Last week, we actually did our in-person, or not in-person, but our virtual meetup for Powerhouse. So shout out to Powerhouse. It was a phenomenal meet. I will be getting that video out to you all. So my name is Lawrence, photographer. I'm the host of the Female Podcast, where we interview women who are changing the business game. I'm super excited because we have an amazing guest today that is here to clear up a lot of things regarding the industry that she is representing. But before I get into just sharing a little bit more about her, I want to first explain a little bit about myself, because you see this guy on this podcast, and you're like, who is this man talking about a female podcast? Good. So listen, I am a photographer. I work with personal and branding photography. What I do, as the video says, I help entrepreneurs and small businesses in brand visibility, brand recognition, and brand credibility. And you'd be surprised how much professional photographies can actually help advance the foundation and even the the growth of your business, and how it can also increase your revenue. Most of the clients we have the opportunity to working with are female clients, primarily in the entrepreneurial world. And obviously, I'm the host of this show as well, where, like, again, we interview powerful women. We learn about their stories, and they're just upcoming, and as they're establishing themselves in the world of entrepreneurship. Lastly, I'm also the founder of the Powerhouse Community, which is a community that we use to help celebrate and empower women in business. It is a networking community that gives us the ability to network 24/7 through our private server. But also, we host virtual events every month, as well as in-person events every so often in various locations. So if you're interested in learning more about that, I believe the information is in the caption of our podcast for today. So without further ado, I'm going to quickly read just a quick bio of our guest, Miss Kelli Holland, before we bring her into our studio and start interviewing her. So Kelli Holland is a native of Kansas City, Missouri, and resident of St. Louis, Missouri for 30 years. Kelli has been in the financial services industry for 14 years and is a division leader and with Primerica Financial Services. Kelli is life insurance licensed in Missouri, Maryland, Mississippi, Texas, and Minnesota. Whoa! Kelli provides financial literacy within our community by helping families become properly protected, debt-free, and financially independent. Kelli is a 30-year member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated and a 22-year chapter member of Omicron Eta Omega chapter, where was the chapter where she was the chapter chairperson of the sorority's previous target program, Building Your Economic Legacy. This is amazing. Kelli is a proud member of the Mount Zion Church and is involved with the elders, community outreach, and worship team. Hey, worship team! You know, I'm a worship leader, so that's dope. I'm gonna have to ask her more about that. In her spare time, Kelli enjoys cooking, loves singing, and being a member of Black Girls Run St. Louis and spending time with her family, friends, and sorority sisters. Kelli's favorite quotes are as follows: "Service is the rent we pay for the privilege of living on this earth," by Muhammad Ali. And if somebody offers you an amazing opportunity, but you are not sure you can do it, say yes. Then learn how to do it later, by Richard Branson. So Kelli currently resides in Bristol, Missouri. So without further ado, before we get Kelli on the stage, I just want you to take a moment to share the broadcast, whether you're on LinkedIn, whether you're on YouTube, or watching us in the Powerhouse community on Facebook. Go ahead and share the broadcast. I want to first acknowledge there's a comment on there. Hey, Miss Holland. Yeah, I don't know who the user is. Let me probably I can bring it up on the page because it's on Facebook. So let's see who said that. Miss Shay Ray Richardson. Hey, thank you for your support. Please go ahead and share this broadcast. Tag a few of your powerful women entrepreneur friends. Let them hear this story about Miss Kelli Holland and how she has established herself as who she is today. So I'm going to bring her up and I don't have, on Clubhouse, they have like the sound effects for like clapping and all that. I don't have that just yet. So you just clapping on your hands, just clap. You can do the clap emojis. I see Miss Shay, she definitely did the clapping emojis in the comment. Yay, woo, that's right. See, we got all the support we need here. Kelli.
Hi, Lawrence.
How are you?
I am wonderful. How are you? You doing well? I'm so proud of you.
Oh, thank you. So, I mean, we're here. We had a few challenges and hiccups, but you know what? We're here, and
that's what's important. We're here.
Control over, but I thank God that what we do have control of, God gives us grace to manage it well.
Yes,
and so I just want to welcome you to the Female Factor podcast. It's such an honor to have you on here. We met at one of our mutual friends /
Yes, Anita. Yes.
Who is also a podcaster. You guys need to Convos. Is it Convos with Anita, right?
Yes. And I was a guest on her podcast a couple of months ago. She's doing good things. I'm so proud of her.
Yes, she is amazing. I'm seeing her blossom into a powerful speaker. It's so funny just seeing her when she first started. It was like nervous, and I hope she's watching this too. She's so nervous, but now, I see her really walking into her own, and it's amazing. And so, so let's talk about you. You are our guest of honor, and I know there are a few people I know personally that are also part of Primerica. And I think one of the biggest questions that I want to ask, and this may not even be on the list of questions, is what makes Primerica so different from other insurance companies or companies that provide those type of benefits?
Well, we are a company that has had a 46-year track record, and you don't see any advertisements on television, radio. Our word of mouth is what we stand on. Our clientele is what we stand on. We have had just so much success with helping middle America. So that's just our common everyday people. And we make sure that those individuals in middle America are financially sound. Like I mentioned in my bio, debt-free, financially independent.
Yeah.
And we just want to make sure that, they have the opportunity to obtain their goals and dreams, whether if they're a client or if they come on board with us as an independent business owner.
So let's clear up some of the confusion when it comes to middle class, because I know middle class could have different meanings depending on the demographic or geographic location. So on average, what do you consider to be middle class today?
I consider middle class someone that is hardworking, that, sometimes our middle class people or individuals are living paycheck to paycheck, and they want to achieve what we call the American dream, in terms of, becoming financially stable, leaving a legacy for their children, being able to, enjoy life and just not work day to day and feel like they're just working and can't enjoy the fruits of their labor.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's interesting that when you talk about the American dream, how I believe a while years ago, the American dream was to work, retire, and just live. They don't live that kind of life. I feel like in 2023, especially after COVID, that American dream is kind of shifting a little bit to more so how you just described it. Like, well, we don't want to work every day. We don't want to work until we're near death, and then we have this retirement. And I think you are very well qualified to even talk about the expectation of retirement and everything, because one thing that I've learned is that Primerica is not just insurance, but there are many connections to other financial needs. So can you share a little bit about that?
Absolutely. What we are called now, we used to be called the Walmart of financial services, because when you go to a Walmart, you can find everything that you would possibly need. But we're now the Amazon of financial services, because people are not going into malls or shopping areas. Everything is just done online. And the great thing about our company is you have the opportunity to work from home. I am a firm believer of multiple streams of income, and just having the opportunity to, enjoy life, because as you know, with COVID, we lost a lot of people. And I know with that pandemic, your perspective on life truly changes. So we have the opportunity to, help people make extra income just sitting in the comforts of their own home. And if they want to learn more about that, I will have, the opportunity to talk with folks offline. But yeah, the world is totally shifted, and, we put things in perspective now.
Yeah, wow, that is so true and powerful. And here's the thing, it's not just COVID. Now we have even we have other scares. I believe we're in a pandemic for cancer. Like, there's so many cancer cases that are rising from those that have a history of health.
Yes.
And so having this area of security I think is very important, because you just never know.
You never know. And I'm a firm believer that your health is your wealth. I mean, in order for you to build financial freedom, you have to be healthy to do it. So
that is true. I mean, you want to be healthy to enjoy it.
Absolutely. And before we go any further, I heard you backstage say Shay Richardson. Hi, Shay. Thank you for tuning in. She's our wonderful regional vice president. Her and her husband, regional vice president Alvin Richardson. They're just wonderful. So I just wanted to shout them out real quick.
Awesome. And I also see we have Nikisha online.
Yes, I love Nikisha D. Smith. She is a social media guru goddess as well, and I've learned a lot from her.
Awesome. Look, you two, I need you guys to reach out so we can get you on this podcast, Nikisha and Shay and Alvin Richardson. He's online too.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm so happy that you guys are with us. I'm very excited. Thank you for sharing and tagging individuals in the podcast so we can really make this conversation rich. Now let's do a little flip switch here because again, you're going to have time to talk more about your what you offer in your area of industry. But I really want to talk about the main reason of us really having this conversation, and that's highlighting the challenges that you face being a woman entrepreneur. And what did that look like for you? Do you have any stories about some of the opposition that you might have faced, some of the stereotypes that you had to come against? Like, let's talk about it.
Okay, well, we're gonna just dive right in. Well, just with the challenges that I faced, and I'm sure my teammates can talk about that as well. Some people feel that we're not knowledgeable about the industry that we're in. We do have a lot of opposition when it comes to what we call income protection, life insurance, because people feel that, if you're wanting to get life insurance, I'm trying to die sooner than later. No, that's not it. We're just in the community educating everyone about the importance of having income protection because you never know. We see a lot of GoFundMe's out here within our community. We do a lot of fundraising to make sure that our loved ones are, buried or, in dignity. So people just don't feel that we're knowledgeable about what we do and how we can truly help you within the long run and be a saving grace to you and your family.
So you're saying because of your gender, they question your knowledge?
Sometimes I feel like they do, or, that, what do you know about life insurance? And what do you know about, financial services? Sometimes you get that opposition, but, if you come with the facts, sometimes, dealing with different clients, you have to have statistics available. But if you have your facts and your information of, with me being in the industry for the last 14 years and with my colleagues and my teammates, I mean, we have a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah.
So.
And now, let's talk about the opposition within the industry, from like colleagues to workers. Like when you first stepped into the industry, did they try to size you because you were a woman? Like did you come against any of that? Like were men like,
not.
Really?
Absolutely not. The organization that I represent, they are so welcoming and they want you to learn. They want you to be of service within your community or, wherever you are. It was just nothing but open arms. And if you don't know something, they're there to help you and to get you onto the right track.
Gotcha. Did you ever have to choose between, and I say this in a broad way because I think there are so many areas of womanhood, but did you feel like you ever had to make a choice between womanhood and career?
No.
See, this is good. I mean, I'm glad we're getting this perspective because I know many women that are especially starting in their field, there is an issue with career and what I guess society would have formed as womanhood, whether it's taking care of the home, dealing with men who consider themselves better than women in that particular industry. And I don't think a lot of these things, like especially when we talk about opposition within the company, I don't think it's a direct reflection of the company itself. But I know sometimes there could be just individuals that, okay, I'm just going to just stay away from you because you're killing my vibe.
I have not experienced that. With any woman, there's work-life balance.
Yeah.
So, I work a full-time job. I do this business after 5. I call this my after 5 grind. Of course, it's just finding a balance in terms of, making sure you have your schedule together. Yeah. That's what's most important. But I never experienced any of that at all. But just making sure that you have a balance with, your spiritual life first, family, business. Yeah. Everything should fall into place.
Awesome. And I saw, I think it was, Nakisha said the company has been great. The community was the problem. So I like the fact that you hit on work-life balance. Was that ever a struggle for you in the beginning? Did you have to figure out ways to do that for yourself?
It's a struggle now.
We found something. Yes. Listen,
we're telling the truth here, aren't we?
We are. So I like to consider myself. So in the tech world, they call it troubleshooting. Okay, actually, not the troubleshooting. It's called debugging. Okay, debugging is when you intentionally break the system so that you can fix it. Right. Yes. And so what I'm doing is I'm trying to debug what are the issues, because the whole purpose for my end is hopefully to create solutions to some of the common concerns that women have in entrepreneurship. And so I know, and you might not be you're definitely the first one, but might not be the last one that I speak to that we're like, hey, I had no issues, But I'm glad we found something that is important, which is the work-life balance. And I really would love for you to talk about that and how have you developed what you will call work-life balance today, and even where you're going to develop it more and have it more balanced for yourself?
Okay. Well, I'm so glad we're talking about this, and I'm going to shout out again my awesome regional vice president and coach, mentor, friend, Shay Richardson. The beginning of this year, we talked about my goals, and I said, I need to have balance. And she said, let's make a schedule. She said, your assignment is to make a schedule, make out a schedule, what you do 7 days in a week. So I had, Monday through Friday, I'm on a weekly prayer call. I have, my work day for my full-time career. And, lately I haven't had the opportunity to get back into the gym to work out, but usually I work out in the morning. Then, I, schedule myself, to grab a bite to eat for lunch, then finish up my work day, try to take a little bit of a pause for dinner, and then go into my after 5, business, and, do that till about 8 or 9 o'clock. But I had to actually sit down and write that out just so I could have a glimpse of my day, just to make sure that I'm balancing myself, that I make sure that I take time if I need to take a break, make sure I definitely eat, make sure I get enough sleep. And, in between, if there's meetings that I have, I'm involved in extracurricular activities as well. I'm involved with my sorority. I'm involved with my church. I go to, worship team rehearsal just to make sure that I fit. Yes. Shout out to the worshipers here.
Right.
And just to make sure that I have everything in check in order to make sure that I'm mentally healthy and that I'm physically healthy, because I can't be a blessing or a help to someone else if I'm not okay.
Yeah, that is true. And what I'm hearing in terms of like solution, because we know work life balance is and perhaps we should say life work balance.
Right.
It's super important for our mental and physical health. And your solution that you've created with your was it you said your mentor,
Yes, my coach.
your coach
Mhm.
is that you have to really write out your schedule,
Yes, you do.
to see what activities you have during the day. And if you're seeing too much work, then you might need, if it's not in jeopardy of deadlines, then you might need to substitute some of those tasks for something that is not as strenuous on your mind and your body. So definitely writing out that schedule. So ladies, if you're out there, okay, and you are working, you are a mom, you're a wife, you're an aunt, you're a grandmother, you're a sister, and you are the responsible one that everybody depends on. And then you have your own career, your own business. You might even be the CEO of a good, a nice sized company. Make sure you are taking time for yourself. Make sure that because I just read this bio for Kelli. Kelli, you are amazing in the community. Like you are definitely, you have an imprint in the community. And I know some of the things that you are involved in are not necessarily work, but it is more so for enjoyment. But it's like you're killing two birds with one stone. Not only are you enjoying yourself, but you're doing something for the community. You're doing something to serve others. And sometimes you serving others is a way for you to feed it for yourself, like feed yourself. I read this comment. It says, if you're not good, you can't be good for no one else. Self-care. I believe that's what the point that you ended off in when you're sharing about that self-care. So, yeah, Kelli is awesome. Yeah, she does.
Oh, thank you.
I knew we will somehow work together when we had sat down and talked at the birthday party for Miss Anita. And so I want to take this opportunity to give you the stage to share like what services that you have for now, like as far as like, oh, this is what we're trying to bring awareness for. Also, like how they can get in contact with you. And I'll give you a few minutes to share that, and then just kind of give me a heads up or something. I'll come back on the stage and we can conclude our broadcast. So while she's sharing, you guys, go ahead and make sure you are liking. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel. If you're on LinkedIn, definitely connect with me and follow me on LinkedIn and Facebook. If you're not a part of Powerhouse, please join Powerhouse. The link is in the caption. I'll make sure it's also in the comments. So Kelli, I'm dropping off the stage.
Okay. Well, Lawrence, again, thank you for the opportunity for me to share a little bit about myself. But if you want to change the trajectory of your family, reach out to me. I help with setting up an immediate estate with income protection, life insurance. I also help with auto and homeowners insurance. We do have other products. We do legal protection. We're into mortgages. Anything that you need with regards to financial services, I am here to help. We also offer a financial needs analysis. If you're wanting to start a budget or want to save money, we're here to help you with that. The best way to reach me is by telephone, and my phone number is area code 314-265-8653. Again, that's 314-265-8653. Or you can reach me via email, and my email is K as in Kelly, E as in Edward, L as in Larry, S as in Sam, 9293.kh@gmail.com. Again, best way to reach me is by phone, 314-265-8653. My consultations are free. There is no fee to sit down and talk with me to kind of get a sense of what your needs are, but I am here to help. And I will just turn it back over to you, Lawrence.
Awesome. And I put that information in the chat. I think I need to make sure. Oh, there we go. I just did it right there. So there it is, you guys. This is our email information and phone number. Please make sure there is no typo.
Everything's perfect.
Whoop, whoop. I'm good at what they say. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this.
You're true to this. All right.
So it has been a pleasure just sharing your experience being in the workplace and sharing even the wisdom and tools that you have in order to keep a healthy life work balance. And I say that in that way intentionally. And I'm just amazed, and I'm excited for all the support that you have received today. Thank you so much, Kanisha, Alvin. We appreciate you, sir. Tamika, yes, welcome, and thank you so much for
Tamika. Hi, Tanisha.
the love, the support. We absolutely appreciate that, you guys. And so I'm going to go ahead and just conclude. So thank you again, Kelly.
Thank you, Lawrence, for the opportunity to share with your listeners and your viewers. And you're doing big things. And tune into his podcast.
Thank you, thank you. I'm going to go ahead and keep her information on the screen so that while I am ending this, you guys are free to just take it down, that information. So I am typing the powerhouse. Okay, so first thing I want to mention by way of announcement. Look, I'm taking it to church, y'all. By way of announcement, the Powerhouse Club. So again, Powerhouse is a community that we use to help celebrate and empower women in business. It is a free community, so there is no charge for it. We do meet virtually every month, once a month, so that we can kind of put a face to all the work that we do, and just the industries that we represent. And then we have a networking on Zoom. So that is something that we do, like I said, once a month. We typically have a keynote speaker every month that will provide some type of like practical tips that they can share from the industry to help you all who are in business, whether you are a small business owner or you are an entrepreneur. So be on the lookout for that information. If you're on Facebook, you're actually watching this podcast directly from that Powerhouse page. So, hey, the least you can do is just go ahead and follow and join the group so that you can get updates, because we do update the group regularly. And also, we do try to create in-person events in different areas. So if you're interested in bringing that community group to your state or city, then we can definitely connect together so we can get that done. And then the last thing I want to share, of course, is the website for the female podcast, Female Factor Podcast. And I'm typing, us men, we don't do well in multitasking, so forgive me for not being able to talk and type at the same time. You see, I just did all that and paused while I was typing. That don't make no sense. Okay. All right. So the last thing that I'm sharing is the link to the female podcast, the Female Factor Podcast. And on there, you'll be able to see the previous episodes of the podcast. and you also will be able to see who our next guest is going to be. And if you are interested in being a partner of the show, or when I say partner, not so much sponsor, but someone who actually wants to come on the show and share their story like Kelli did, then there is a link on the site, on the page that you can click to submit that request, and one of our team members will follow up with you. Again, my name is Lawrence. I am your personal and branding photographer, and I help you with your business. I help you with your visual content, and I make sure that your visual content is in the quality of the service that I know you worked hard to provide. And that's simply what I do. We do offer headshots and branding conferences. We do have subscriptions for headshots as well as branding. So if you're the type in the industry where you kind of need something on a regular, connect with me and see how we can serve you on a regular and get those headshots in on a regular. I know on a regular. I guess that's the word of the hour, on a regular. But so without further ado, we're going to go ahead and conclude here. Again, thank you guys so much. Thank you for taking the time of your evening to sit with us and to chat with us. I hope that something Kelli said really resonated with you, and I hope you were able to take notes and really do something where you can take action. Not just take notes, but take action. If you don't have any coverage, connect with her, get the coverage, get the education behind the coverage, because there's so many things about insurance that they're just flying around. You want to make sure that you're getting the right information for you and your family. And I will say this: if you're working a 9 to 5, get with her, because if something happens, any benefits that you got through that job goes with that job, and now you have no protection, you have no legacy. So definitely connect with her. So I think I'm gonna stop here. I am a PK, so quite frankly I can talk for a long time. So I'm gonna stop. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy your evening.